Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 18 of the F1 Agenda podcast. I'm your host, Dan, and today I'm joined by Simon,
Hello.
Jeebus,
Hello.
and Geordie.
Hello.
And today we'll be doing something a little bit different. We'll be reviewing the Formula E season for season 4. Yeah, it's a little bit late. Of course, it ended quite a while ago, but with a few other things have got in the way, like Geordie being on holiday, so we thought we'd wait for him to come back.
It's all your
I'm sorry.
Since, Geordie's one of the only people on here that actually does watch it with us. So we thought it'd be nice to have him on. So, what did we think about that season then, guys?
If you take away Van's massive dominance since like round 4, that was pretty okay.
So,
Take Vern out,
Yeah.
it makes it fine.
if I had to describe it in one word, it would be anticlimactic. 'Cause
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah,
after
I can see that.
the first 2 rounds, we thought, oh my god, it's going to be a mad championship.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
had,
And then you slowly had, after the first couple of rounds, it was like, oh, it's like Bird, Rosenquist, Vern. And then it's just like, Rosenquist fell out, Bird fell out, and it's just like, oh, bye, Vern. Have fun.
well, at the start, it was like, well, Audi, what's happened to Audi? They can't finish. And
Well,
then,
App did
well-
finish the second round, just not legally.
they were like the quickest team to start the season, and then they just died halfway through it.
Yeah, Mahindra got me curious because they had such a good start with both Rosenquist with back-to-back wins in Hong Kong and Marrakesh, and then just gone. And Mexico City and onwards was just either midfield or retiring.
It was just very, very disappointing as a Rosenquist fan.
Yeah. Well, Rosenquist retired, I think, of like 3 or 4 races in like out of 6.
Yeah.
It was.
He was like easily robbed of like 2 wins because he was leading Mexico and the car failed, and he was leading in Rome when he had suspension failure.
Mm.
Yeah, suspension because he kept the curb too
Yeah,
high.
he hit a wall and then suspension decided to say nope.
Well, by then.
It was nice having you here. I think we'll kind of do this like on a couple of. We've got a few major talking points to do, and I think the first one will be like, as Jeebus mentioned before, Degrassi's early season issues where he couldn't seem to finish a race.
Yeah.
Well, it was more Audi as a whole, not just Degrassi, because Degrassi had so many technical failures. But Apt got like disqualified from the win in Marrakesh.
Classic app luck.
Yeah,
he was
because
disqualified in Hong Kong, by the way.
Hong Kong rather. They're basically the same place. And I mean, it's just really unfortunate for them, and
Yeah.
I'm kind of happy that they won the constructors.
Yeah, because then if you
Yeah.
look at like the way Degrassi's season ended, just like you just have to think what could have been.
Yeah.
Just like if it started the season, even if he just like picked up like a couple of like what 5th, 6th places, like even like the lower top 10, it could have been it would have been closer.
Oh yeah, like Degrassi, despite not scoring in the first 4 races, managed to come back and get second.
Exactly.
Understanding
Just
it
how much of a
was
comeback Audi had. And
just Audi in general had a massive comeback after some really some horrific first rounds.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they
good
We've
sign.
got a
yeah.
great silence there.
I'll say one more thing that actually that really impressed me was Dragon, because that car looked hopeless in Hong Kong, absolutely hopeless.
Basically, the Dragon car at the start of the season was like the Williams car. Like it just wouldn't it wouldn't
Was-
do anything.
Was like the Williams, but even worse.
Like every corner it was going sideways. Just like they couldn't control the thing.
It made Neil Young jump out of the car after Hong Kong. He didn't want to race it anymore. So they had to get in Lopez to pick up the pieces. And hell, in Zurich, Ambrosio actually got that box onto a podium somehow.
Yeah.
That wasn't after a lot of penalties, we should add, but
Well, that doesn't matter. He still got a podium. He still has to.
True.
He still had to be there, and the guy still had to be there.
He started to get the car to go around the track without putting it himself on a wall.
Yeah. something Lopez seemingly couldn't resist. I think
Yeah.
I watched through all the highlights just to warm up to this, and I think he spun out or hit a wall in at least four of the 12 rounds.
Considering that there
10
was
for him even.
a street tracks, it's not terrible.
It's not terrible. But it's the word pattern. I think the worst one I saw was the one in Berlin where he went first one wide. I think it was with Bird into turn one, and then he was spun 2 corners later, just gone. He went from like lower points positions to yeah, that was Berlin.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he was spun before they went into that little section where they go through that kind of tunnel area.
Yeah, right before that he was spun. I can't remember what I believe by Heidfeld. Believe Heidfeld at least was involved, and they was just gone.
Mm.
And let's put it this way: Dragon Slow was special this year because they were they were the same livery, just color flipped for both cars. Like Lopez would have a white car with dark red stripes, and Ambrosio would have the reverse.
Yeah, they did that last season as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, they seem to like running different kind of like a swap livery on each car.
Yeah.
They did it better last year.
Yeah.
Yeah. As well.
Because now it was like a full colour change, and it was just odd.
Yeah.
You always forgot that those two were actually teammates. It's like,
Yeah.
wait, the cars, oh wait, yeah, they do it differently.
Yeah. It was kind of confusing, and I don't know. It was cool they were allowed to do it. Just could have done better, I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah. To get back to their issues one more time, I think they had good quality pace. They reached the Super Bowl a couple times, but they just fell back in the races. Like for example, in Berlin, D'Ambrosio was third after turn one, but he finished P19 because the car just wasn't fast enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that car, the Dragon was good over one lap, but over multiple laps, it just didn't work.
Yeah. They could kind of like wring the neck of the car in one lap and like force it to go quickly, but over the race, it's just like it just wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we'll move.
A lot of pauses.
Sorry,
here.
Jeeves.
A lot of pauses here.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like you can feel like the championship ended a few rounds, like at least a few weeks ago.
Exactly. But
But
on that note, we shall slide on to another talking point, which was the Tech Cheetah car, which is the customer of the Renault, wiping the floor with the major team.
yeah, Renault didn't have the best position yet, as it did have to have Prost of all people on the team.
Yeah, it doesn't help when you have Nico Prost in your team.
I have
8 points all season.
I have notes for each friend, and I have notes for like the entire season. And one of my notes for the entire season was Prost was shit, and he just was.
That's an understatement and a half.
Yeah.
He's been shit for 3 years. Like
The only reason Prost has been in that team is because his dad's running it, and since Alain's leaving the team for 2019, he's gone as well.
Yeah. I think the most how do you say it? The moment that defined his season was in Zurich when he retired after a lockup, and they just couldn't bother to move the car because he's just don't matter, mate.
Yeah, they just left his car there, just like mate, just no.
just left it at the side of the road, like.
Your car's not even worth being collected. That's how.
It's like emergency services coming out to your car, like you're crashing, like. Nah, that's not like, and just come out to like an old lot or something, and you just look like a really, really bad driver. Like, nah, he doesn't deserve this.
Like,
Bye.
nah, mate. But let's just put this into perspective of how rubbish Prost's season was. Buemi scored 125 points. Prost scored 8.
Buemi finished.
I'm pretty sure that's the biggest
fourth.
one-sided
By far.
between two drivers.
Well, I have one. That was maybe one or two that could be even worse.
I know DS Virgin is also quite one-sided.
Yeah, Bird against Lindy.
I was like the three worst of DS is Renault and it's Neo.
Yeah.
Neo, the gap from Turvey to Felipe is too much.
That's like 45 points.
Yeah.
And then, the
46
legend of... Even though they had the legend of Ma in the team,
Well,
unfortunately, he couldn't drag them any higher.
Well, the one race Ma raced for him, he didn't even get off the start line.
No, he
No,
didn't.
he did 2 races. He had to replace Turvey in the season finale because
Oh, yeah, because Turvey got an injury or something. Yeah, but,
I think that's
Ma
what we call
couldn't
it.
drag that car.
Ma was just the emergence of who can we get? Look, who can we get? No one.
There's no one. There's
no.
Ma. Fine, bring him in.
Ma, let's
No, but-
keep looking. Ma, let's keep looking. Okay, we'll take Ma.
Okay, we've got the day before the race. It's like, are you sure? There's no one else.
Yeah, and the team had to place a Chinese driver in their car for 1 race
Yeah,
because Neo is Chinese.
Yeah,
that is a good point.
at least they finished the quota by absolute basic minimum work.
Just gave him the drive.
Yeah, that's like we need to have a Chinese driver at some point. Toby is gone for a race or two. Hey, Mark, welcome.
Oh, but getting not too sidetracked away from our point of Tech Cheetah. It's just
That's what-
incredible how they were able to like completely destroy Renault when they're using basically the same car.
Quite literally the same car, same machinery,
Yeah, 'cause they literally just buy the car off Renault and then just rebrand it Tech Cheetah.
Well,
That's
yes.
literally what they do.
Well, Renault is the producer, I believe, of the actual chassis as well and the battery. The only thing that's actually is teammate is the powertrain, and even that Techeetah just gets from Renault. So how Techeetah managed to beat Renault by as much as they did is
Like-
beyond me.
Tech Cheetah picked up 2 1-2s, I think it was this season.
Only one.
No,
No, only one,
it's
yeah,
the
the other one. Yeah. They won for 1-2, but then Lotto got a penalty.
Audi got 2 1-2s.
Yeah. That's what I was getting mixed up. And then you just get Renault just like, where we didn't even get a win.
Yeah.
Like, well then. Like, you can just imagine people at Renault going, wait, that's our car. How the hell is it winning? And we're like down here in 5th.
Yeah.
Like, this doesn't, I know they ignore Nico Prost, which is basically what Renault did all season, but
The only good result, like they had the call first and they have the second in Marrakesh, and that was it really for Renault.
yeah, that was literally it. Like, they picked up, I don't know where we picked up, was it like 3-4 poles?
3 balls.
Yeah, he picked up like 3 poles, but he just never had the pace to like convert them in the race.
Meanwhile, you have a guy like Vern who wins like 5 rounds in the 5 out of 12 races.
Exactly.
I would like to point out there were only four race winners in over the 12 races. Bert, Rosenquist, Vern, actually no 5. Abt, Vern, Rosenquist, Bert, and De Grassi.
Yeah.
And to point out, since round 6 to round 12, De Grassi always finished either first or second.
Yeah, exactly. That just showed how he's come back, really.
Yeah.
Just showed what they could actually do with that car.
It shows
What's
how
it-
OP the Audi is.
Yeah, no,
exactly. Which is probably a little bit of a worry for next year if Audi could be that dominant. Just like,
yeah, especially with a new car, with a complete new
exactly.
chassis.
Audi themselves put so much into it, though.
Oh yeah,
Exactly,
no,
like-
they completely they took over the scene, and
they put all their resources into the Formula E team.
Yeah.
Like they've gone full on to try and get this.
yeah, and you can see that by the fact that they decided to hire, of all people, Alan McNish as team principal.
Exactly.
He's a guy who knows how to deal with that kind of stuff.
Mm.
Actually, I think he's a guy who'll be good when things went down, because he knows himself how it is to be the guy that cost a win at a big race.
Well, it did in, was it New York, round 1?
Yeah.
Well, the first New York race, when De Grassi and Abt nearly
Oh yeah,
crashed.
that was
Yeah.
round 11, like the penultimate round. I think it was then. Was it
Yeah,
De Grassi,
yeah.
like basically just cut across his nose when he went past him, just like
That's why you go in and say, that stops now, please, thank you.
Yeah.
I mean, they're good teammates. I think, in the heat of battle.
Yeah. They do work pretty well together.
Yeah.
They just sometimes get a bit close to each other sometimes.
Yeah, bit too close. But hey,
To be fair, that happens with all teammates.
who?
Well, unless you're Nico Cross, who can't get a bit close
What
to
if
him.
what if one of you just want a bit of closer contact with the other guy? Can you blame them?
Maybe they're that just good friends. They want to be touching on track as well. But who knows?
I say there's one thing actually. Just going a bit off here, just talking about things. There were two pile-ups actually. One of them even causing the only red flag to ever come in Formula E history. Funny enough, the very first race, only a couple of corners in, just pile up red flag. Good.
What a start to the season. Great.
Yeah.
When I start to end with us for his Formula E career.
Yeah.
Exactly. Oh, I'm in a wall.
Wait.
Oh, I can't wait to start this new adventurous part of my career. Oh,
Whoa.
that's a wall.
And that's a red
Can I
flag.
reverse? Oh no, there's people behind. Oh, great.
And then there were Motor. Then the one row where Motor, Felipe, Engel, Heidfeld decided to pile up into one of the hairpins. Just dunk.
Like, do you guys know how to brake? Like, I watched the highlights back. I watched that race. It just wasn't just like completely in it. Like,
Oh yeah.
were you even aware that there was a car there?
Like,
Just like, no, I'm just gonna. If I hit it hard enough, it might move out of the way.
I haven't seen Benz to see what happened, but it was either Motor who basically pushed Felipe into Engel, or it was Felipe not knowing how to brake and Motor not knowing how to brake and just bam into each other.
Well,
Then
Mortar was spin
into
from
Engel.
like round 2 when he could have won it. Maybe he doesn't know how to brake.
Well, yeah, no,
Who knows?
the absolute bottle of Motor.
Yeah, like, oh dear. 3 laps to go, and you get your first ever F3 win at round 2, and no, you bottle it like that.
Well,
Yeah.
Biden.
Hey, he still got a second due to App's post-race disqualification.
True.
Still on
But,
the actual podium.
another thing of what could have been.
Yeah. I'll say
I
by
feel, like,
far.
I feel like we're going to be coming around to that phrase a lot this episode.
Just looking over like that second race was by far the outlier in terms of like who ended on the podium, because it had Rosenqvist, Mortara, and Evans of 4 people.
Exactly.
And
And
like compared to the rest of the season, it just looks so off.
Yeah, you got none of like the top guys,
No.
like a Degrassi, a Buemi, a Bird, Vern, anyone like near it.
No one at all. It's weird to look at.
But sorry, Jordy, you were going to say something?
no, I was going to say in that race, Rosenqvist also spun in turn 1. And came back in
yeah.
midfield.
Oh yeah.
So yeah.
He did.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Yeah, he was leading because it was like they did like a safety car start
And safety
instead of
car
like a grid
because the
start, and
last
he
two-
and he just like spun into turn 1. So it's pretty good comeback.
So how do you want to start a race? Slow and steady, very fast.
Nah,
Or
mate.
how about I will take the spin and almost lose the race. Thank you.
and just got in front of everyone.
Yeah, just like instead of just letting everyone go through, just like no, I want to get back in. Just like, can you guys wait for a second? Oh no, you're not gonna wait. Okay, we'll just hit each other.
Hey, come on, let me.
It's like when you're like one of those junctions, and it's just like, you gonna let me in? No. What about you? No. Can someone be nice? Let me in. And you just go, do you know what? Fuck it.
Like when you're like major crossing and like you come from the side street and it's just cars going both, like just going past all the time. Like, can I get out, please? I
It's like,
want
fuck it,
to
let's
join.
just see if anyone's got any help.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Moving on. I think we'll go on to one of our other talking points, which is the quite interesting regulation change we got through season where we had the pit stop minimum times got removed midway through the season, which
Yeah.
there, if people didn't know, that was before that they had a minimum time they had to be in the pits for, so they couldn't just rush it and frantically let them
Yeah.
go. They had to do to a set time.
I believe that
So,
that time was 53 seconds.
Yeah, it was around that time,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah,
they
what-
decided.
It was different in every race, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, because I think it would
Yeah.
depend on how long the pit lane was. and-
I believe the average was about 53 seconds. 53. But yeah,
Yeah, it would
but
go
it wouldn't be the only time regulation to change during the season.
Yeah, and even they wanted to change the minimum pit time in Marrakesh round 3. And then the drivers all went nope.
How about no?
So
We like
they
it how it is, but
so they moved it back.
They did finally get it through about midway point of the season,
Yeah.
and boy, did it start some chaos in the pit lane.
All of a sudden, like you can make a difference in the pits versus compared to earlier where you just ended up sitting waiting for like 5 to 10 seconds.
Exactly.
But you could basically just text your girlfriend in the pits, see you in like 50 minutes.
So you could do the Santino Ferrucci and use your phone in the car.
Yeah. Like someone accidentally dropped the phone like Kubica. For Kubica.
Exactly.
Yeah, it was shown in Mexico, I think, when Abt overtook Turvey for the
Yeah,
lead during
yeah.
the pit
Yeah,
stop.
he like a majorly jumped Turvey in the pits.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I
but
swear, like Piquet had quite a few like troubles after
It's-
the new system was brought in with like not getting out of his box or.
Oh yeah. This change also bring in like people that start to make mistakes in the pits now because also it started to become a rush. It had to be fast. It had to be fast now to get this piston done to maybe gain a bit of time on everybody else.
Yeah.
All of a sudden you had to rush it, and that brought in mistakes. I can't. There were a few instances where the pit stop took very very long because they tried rushing so fast they couldn't get the belts in.
Hmm. I know there's also one race, I think it was in Zurich, where Verne wasn't able to get his car started.
Yeah.
It was stuck in the pits for too long and lost like 4 or 5 positions or something. I think
Yeah,
it
at
was.
least.
definitely.
It just wouldn't get going at the start.
Hmm.
Um,
But I think it was. Do you think it was a good inclusion, a good change to take it away, make it more exciting?
so yeah, it brought excitement to the pit stop phase as well. That part of it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
next year we won't have it anymore.
Well, no, they will have
Nice
Mario
jet
Kart.
cars.
Mario.
That car strike.
Exactly.
But as
But,
I said,
I mean-
it wouldn't be the only time regulation to be changed. As they also changed the actual, they put in the race time limit designed to be in for next season.
Yes.
On
Yeah, what was it?
the very first race, they raced with it. They hit the time limit.
Well played.
Yeah. They
I
did
believe
it.
it's
they
45
literally-
minutes.
Uh,
Well, no, they didn't have a time limit. They didn't have a time limit for the entire race this year.
no, it
No,
was
no, they,
introduced
they,
in
had,
New York.
they had the time limit in. Oh yeah, New York.
New York for both races. I believe first one 45.
No, I
and-
thought they only had that because there was a safety car and they just decided.
No, I believe that would.
Lots of
I believe I read it was due to the fact that they decided to include a race time limit for the next season. Which may
But-
which may come on the back of organizers.
I'm sure that's wrong.
I can't remember this one.
I'm sure they only put it in because of a safety car.
Let me just.
Probably might be. But
I know one of the New York races, but there was that safety car because Lynn binned his Virgin in the wall.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
of course.
And that went down to a time limit, I think.
Yeah. You know, like generally, like there was a more extreme endings as well. Take Paris for example, where Bert just smashed him into Lotter's rear.
Mm.
Because I can
Yeah,
remember.
that was not New York.
No, that was not. That was Rome. No, Paris. Paris.
Yeah.
Because in F1, they did it at Singapore because of the rain and the amount of
Yeah,
safety.
Yeah.
like F1 has a time limit of 2 hours, Formula E must have a time limit as well.
I think it's about like 1 hour 10 minutes or something. Not very long.
Well, it was.
No, not even.
Anyway.
Yes,
By the
anyway.
way, to go back to the race time, it is because it was introduced because of the fact that it's a season 5 thing. The race time
Oh.
limit.
Interesting. Maybe they probably just wanted to test it out, see
Yeah.
how it worked.
And so,
Yeah.
but the man should just set it out perfectly.
Yeah. But well, thanks
Yeah.
Alex Lynn for that.
Yeah.
Cheers, Alex. Thanks for ruining your race.
And because of that, they're also now going to introduce a bonus point for the most efficient driver instead of
Yeah.
the fastest lap.
I do not like that rule. Like,
No one
It's
really
like-
does.
it's like they're just like, I could push, but then I could get this extra point if I'm really efficient. Just like, what? No. This is not what motorsport is.
No.
Well, Audi just
Like,
made-
people have been complaining about F1 people. Oh, they're just conserving, they're not pushing enough. They bring in this kind of rule.
Which
it's like-
which is like basically designed to have those complaints.
Exactly.
It's like how can we piss off the fans the most? We could get America. Oh, hey, I have an idea. We could make a rule that makes so people have to conserve to get extra points.
What
Well,
annoys
brilliant
motorsport
idea.
fans most?
you can
Drivers not pushing.
This isn't a sporting thing. This is to encourage people to get better electric engines,
Yeah.
which is the entire point of the formula anyway. And it's why the Gen 2 car is coming in.
Well, what I feel Formula E is there to push technology like motorsport always has done. But inside the field of electric power cars, F1 has pushed technology and car in technology in many ways. LMP1 cars at the Le Mans does it as well. I know most of the stuff that Audi has ran with in the past when they had the LMP1 team is now on some of their cars. The first iterations of their hybrid system from 2014 is starting to being used today by Audi.
Yeah, I mean, that's the point of motorsport. But this rule is coming in because Formula E is designed for a specific. It's not a long-term series. It's not a series which has been built up to be about. It's about promoting electric cars.
I'm
Not just-
promoting the technology behind it.
Oh yes, but it's all about that. It's not necessarily a sporting rule. I think. So I think you show that rule to any racing fan, they're just going to think it's stupid.
Yeah.
Stupid from a racing perspective. But it's clearly almost a marketing gimmick to get more manufacturers involved and to push manufacturers to be more reliable. It's probably going to mean that Audi are going to dominate, which is going to be fun.
Yeah.
I do see that side of it. I do see where you're coming from.
Are they gonna come in and do what they did to Le Mans, basically? Dominate,
Yeah.
dominate, and more dominate.
But
Yeah.
from a sporting perspective, Formula E has a lot of weird rules, like fan boosts, for example, or that you
Yeah.
get,
Yeah.
or when you get penalties for the most random things, like when you crash in quali, you get a penalty because you interrupted the session or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
It's Formula E is a very special system in the way it's built up and how it's run. As you can feel, it is an experimental series. It is meant as a fully run series. It feels like a research project at times. And what to do.
Yeah. But I guess on one side you can see that it's maybe a bit of a weird change and people may not like it, but then you also have to see it in the other side, like Jeebus mentions, that it's all
Yeah.
about what the series is about, like
Yeah.
about efficiency and hybrid energy.
Well, it's
but,
not. It's
But
pure.
I've sorry, Jeebus.
No.
But Formula E is doing history in some ways, as they're getting so close to the city centers. Like people, like Formula One has dreamed about getting a Grand Prix in New York. New York. Formula E's already been there 2 years now.
Yeah, They're
Formula
taking racing to the people.
Yeah, Formula E managed to get a road course race in Zurich, in Switzerland, for the first time in
Where
64
motorsport's been
years.
banned for like exactly 64
Yeah,
years.
like road course motorsport has been banned in 64 years. But
Exactly.
but this Formula E, because of how Formula E is made up and what it means and how it makes the city look, is apparently it gave it a special asterisk in that Swiss law. They made it so that Formula E can run, but not actual like ICE powered cars can. Believe.
I think it's a different entity entirely. I don't think Formula E as a racing series is unlike any other.
It's definitely very, very unique.
In that they run slowly, and they have the fragility of an F1 car.
Yeah.
Not to a great of an extent, but still. So you're not gonna generally get a lot of crashes. You're not generally gonna get danger to life because they're not going particularly quickly.
No.
They promote a good image in terms of it's good for the environment.
Yeah, it gives like green city.
And I don't know, but I think tickets are generally quite cheap, so
Yeah.
it's very accessible to fans. So
Yeah, like the fact that like some of the people that lives in these mansions can basically just sit out on the balcony and just watch the race go by without having to pay a dime or anything.
You just like look out your window, just like, oh, it's a motor race. Yay.
I would love to have such a view.
well,
We all would.
well, it's not for like a racing fan is if you get like a dedicated racing fan, they know all of this and they'll go out their way to watch a Grand Prix. I think Formula E is more designed to get novices involved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With their social media management, with the way the races are structured.
The way they try and brand themselves as well. Like they go for this younger group of fans and try to bring them in.
It's also very fan interactive as well, like because you've got the fan boost. So
Even though that seems at times seems more like a popularity contest than anything else.
Well, it is.
Yeah.
It always seems to go to like the same people. But
Yeah, I think
what can you do?
Didn't believe it basically have it every single race since like race 3.
So like the most people had it was like Boemi, Apt, and like Grassi.
It was like when they
Popular
were.
3.
It was like whenever I would start watching Formula E, it's like fan boost. Well, hey, oh boy, me.
Maybe someone no.
Maybe someone else. Nope. The grassy Bohemi, but there.
There we go.
And then at least one of those 3 had the fan boost.
Yeah.
I mean, you should like change the rules for it so that you can only get it like once every 2 or 3 races.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think like once you get it once, you should then not be able to get it the next race. So then they would mix it up for other people.
Yeah.
But what can you do?
Yeah, not much.
Yeah. But I think that's kind of all our main talking points we've gone through. But
Yeah.
we could just review on who our champions are for this season. Jean-Eric Verne and Audi.
Yeah.
Both very much deserved champions. They both very much did the job. Verne dominated the season. I think he had like...
He took the lead from... He took the championship
4?
lead in like round 4. He took the lead and just ran
and
with
then
it.
let it go. He ended with like 45 more points than Di Grassi. It was like utter dominance. Just like no one could get close.
No.
54 points.
Yeah, 54. I knew it was
It's-
under 40, 50 barrier.
Yeah, it was a lot. Like they could run 2 race and he basically still wouldn't been caught
Yeah,
in the end.
and of course it makes him the. We still haven't had a repeat winner yet. 4 seasons, 4 different winners.
Yep.
And with Audi's winning the constructors, it's the first time I believe Renault haven't won in FE history.
It is indeed. Without winning,
So a change of the guard.
yeah. Speaking of Renault, they won't be in here next year. They will be in Nissan with the Nismo program.
Without Nico Prost.
Well, Nico Prost,
Yay!
lot of next year's critical to design, but that's like 6, 7 drivers already confirmed. But Virgin Sunbird has been confirmed to be racing again. This time, Virgin will use Audi powertrains. So
Cool.
GG.
There are rumours that Robin Frins is going to partner Bird,
Yeah.
which I'm sure Geordie's happy about.
Yes.
Yay!
Holland returns.
Meanwhile, two teams already fully confirmed, which is Jaguar with PK in events again. Of course, Nissan with
I think they should. I think they could be a team to look out for next year.
Yeah.
Like they definitely progressed at the end of
Yeah.
season 4. Like,
Yeah.
and they were really consistent.
They
But
were.
they haven't got the durability though,
True.
which they'll have to work on.
They'll have to work on that.
I think if they can get that, I think they could be up there.
Meanwhile, Nissan with own powertrain will have Buemi and someone else to be announced. And then Audi retains their championship winning 2 drivers, De Grossi Abt,
And of
Not a
course,
surprise.
Shock.
and of course, exchange for Venturi with Massa and Susie Wolf.
Yeah, Venturi.
Ah, yes.
Massa
The
driver.
Monaco-based team. The
Double-
GT are also changing powertrains to now using DS Virgin.
No,
Running
Oh,
Yeah.
Citroen.
Well, it's not DS Virgin. It's
It's
just
just DS,
DS, sorry. Yeah, DS Automobiles
Yeah.
actually.
which
well,
is a
with that
branch
powertrain-
of Citroen, I believe.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. It's kind of apt.
And so far, it's only Lottery has been confirmed for that team.
Yeah. Well, I imagine Vern will probably stay on.
Isn't Vern like a part owner of the team?
Yeah, it also has to be been saying that people should like be beware of what they're going to do next year
Yeah.
with this new DS partnership. Some people there if he's talking like that.
Yeah. Asad Ventura will be in there. Andretti will be upgrading the partnership with BMW to now have BMW powertrains.
But they're going to be a BMW factory team.
Yes, they were basically last year. Just they are upgrading now to also use BMW powertrains. No drivers there. Dragon are gonna use Penske powertrains from next year.
Well, you're going to imagine that
Well, they already did.
that BMW are going to keep with Felix da Costa
Yeah,
because he's a BMW factory driver.
Yeah.
He races in WC for them, I believe. So I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
And like one of their touring car drivers, perhaps. I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, I
Maybe
would
one
have
for
thought
DTM.
Boniface would have stayed.
Mercedes will enter through the HWAAG team.
It's
I'd
not going to
imagine-
be officially Mercedes yet, is it?
No.
Believe they are they develop and build components for Mercedes. That they are very much heavily affiliated with Mercedes.
I'd imagine
Yeah,
that Maro
true.
Engel is going to go there.
Yeah, would
Because
assume so as well.
HWA runs Mercedes cars in the DTM
Yeah.
Championship.
They are also a Mercedes affiliate. So
Yeah. And Mercedes will
so-
officially only quit themselves in season 6.
yep.
Yeah.
That the HWA team to use Venturi powertrains.
That could also be like the open door for Pascal Verline, maybe.
Yeah, well, it's rumored to go to for
Or
next
the
year.
been
better
rumored for a while.
driver, who we all know, is Paul Di Resta.
Who actually won the latest DTM race, if I remember correctly, at Branch Hatch.
Yeah.
Well, that's not surprising. He's the best driver.
He's second in the championship.
Mahindra is back as well.
Yeah.
No drivers announced there yet.
Well, Heidefeld's not going to be there. Heidefeld's already
Yeah.
announced
Yeah.
Formula E.
And then
Wasn't Chris's rumored to be going to IndyCar?
yeah. And then of course Neo, who again doesn't have any drivers. But the calendar also has quite a few changes for this year. Over Hong Kong, at least to start with, they have the Riyadh E-Prix now, in the capital of Saudi Arabia. Go on to race in Marrakesh. Then a to-be-announced third race, which, please, Mexico, Hong Kong, Sanya in China, Rome, Paris, and then for the first time they're gonna run the full Monaco course for the Monaco E-Prix.
Oh, yeah.
The full 3.3 kilometer track. Not this shortened version they used last season.
Yeah, the full Formula 1 track.
Yeah. They will go back to Berlin for the Tempelhof Airport street circuit, not the other track they had in Berlin.
Yeah, it's not really
Yeah, but it was
It's not like street circuit, is it? It's an airport circuit.
Yeah.
It very much is an airport circuit.
yeah, but you see on the circuit once
Yeah.
a couple years ago.
Back to Zurich for the second road course race. There after the 2015 amendment to the Switch motorsport law, and then to finish off again in New York.
Double header.
Exactly. Runs from the 15th of December in Saudi Arabia to 14th of July 2019.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
And, well, looking to season 5, start of the new generation, Gen 2. What do we
Yeah.
all think of the Gen 2 car?
alternative. Well, appreciate one thing. You can see it's a car that's built around with the Halo in mind.
Yeah, they
That's-
definitely
That's
integrated that with the
Yeah.
Halo.
believe the F2 car where the current F2 car where I have a few grumbles and such where it doesn't look right. Also, few of the Formula 1 teams, it doesn't look right on the car. Like, you can very much, you can make the Halo look good if you decide to incorporate it into your car. Either as a part of livery or, like, just make it look like it doesn't stand out or look unnatural on the car.
Yeah, but we've all got used to the Halo now, so it's
Yeah.
fine.
Or the elitist will still complain about it because it's not part of it's not part of motorsport genetics.
Yeah, so you can never, as we've said before, you can never please everyone.
Nope. You can't.
To be fair,
Yeah.
the new Gen 2 car looks like Motorsport plus the Batmobile. Like, the rear end looks really different. Like, I kind of still find it weird that it doesn't have, like, a rear wing at the back. It
It has
has those,
actually-
like, flares that goes up
Yeah.
at the back.
It's
It's going to
definitely
take me a while to get used to that.
I'll put it here, it's definitely alternative to what's been seen before,
It's definitely a new
Especially-
generation.
especially for
Definitely
spectators.
experimental.
Mm.
But yeah, no, very much a improved car with the first generation car, including the fact that the battery is supposed to run so long they don't even have to pit anymore. Even more power on average than they can use as well, which makes these cars even faster, and like the acceleration of these things are gonna be madness.
Yeah. Should be an exciting season.
Yeah.
But I think we'll come towards the end now. We'll just do a little bit more we'll just like do some like driver ratings. So who do we think was the best driver of the season?
Dick Rossi.
Either
It has to go. I'll have to go with Dick Rossi, really. Like,
Yeah.
his comeback is out of this world. 7 podiums in a row, basically. That's just like 7 races in a row where he finished in top 2. That's a show of quality in a driver.
Yeah, To be honest,
Yeah,
for me,
Yeah,
it's
go ahead.
probably between Degrassi and Vern. Degrassi just for the way he came back at the end of the season, Vern just for his consistency in the way he dominated the championship.
Yeah.
yeah, I was gonna say it as well. For me, it's between Vern and Degrassi, for basically the same reasons. The comeback of Degrassi after the not very ideal first half of the championship,
Yeah.
and then Vern, when he was dominating, he was actually dominating.
Oh yeah, no, like he was gone. Gone.
Yeah.
Other than Vern, I'd say Mitch Evans.
Oh yeah, no,
I agree with that.
Evans
Surprise of
impressing
the
as well.
season.
I
Or,
also kind of put Turbo on there as well because he did get a really good podium in Mexico, even though it was a very boring race. But he still managed to hold on to that podium, including fighting former champion Buemi.
Yeah.
yeah,
So that's our best drivers of the season. I've got a
Yep.
good feeling about who's going to come up when I say this question. Who was the worst driver of the season?
Well, I'll refer to the note I had earlier. Prost was shit. There,
Right?
I said it.
I
That's
think
expected.
and I was gonna say Alan Prost. Damn it, Nico Prost.
God damn, Alan, you're so shit.
He didn't even.
We are 60 years old.
Obviously,
Yeah, but yeah,
I'd go for the legend Ma, but you know, it's a bit. Let's go Ma.
yeah.
He did only do 2 races, so.
I was
Yeah.
gonna count him out because he didn't do the whole thing.
Here's someone you probably all forgot was in Formula E this season. Kamui Kobayashi.
He only did 2 races as well. That's the
I
other
don't
thing.
care. He was shit.
Yeah, just
Well, he was.
first.
Wild card, Alex Lynn.
Oh.
Yeah,
He
disappointing.
had
Yeah.
he had a very disappointing. I know he got unlucky on a lot of occasions, but he only scored 17 points to Bird's 143.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
that's
I
not
really
good.
expected more for him, especially after he took pole in his debut last season.
Hmm.
Yeah. Can I get one more out of because I want to give one to Felipe, Conor de Felipe. No, Felipe, sorry.
Oh,
But as he was 45 points behind Turvey, his teammate, primary teammate.
Yeah, Felipe wasn't great either.
No.
So that turns out our best and worst drivers. I think we'll round out by saying best and worst races of the season. So I think we'll do best race of the season first. Thoughts?
I'll go with
Yeah.
Zurich. I'll go with Zurich simply because it was utter madness. The full course shell came out, and then things went. Basically, the stewards decided to say, "You get a penalty, and you get a penalty, and you get a penalty, and you get a penalty. Everyone gets a penalty."
and a dragon gets on the podium.
Yeah. And then just
Yeah.
like, I don't think after Hong Kong anyone expected a dragon on the podium, and yet here we stand in Zurich, such a story race, and a dragon is on it has taken the 3rd place in the race. It was utter madness.
What is going on?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was madness. Another contender I can think of is Santiago, the Cheetos.
Oh yes.
That's
Lotra mounting his teammate.
yeah, that's actually the image that I remember the most from last season. Just the battle
Yeah.
between the teammates.
Yeah.
I personally remember that the best.
Yeah.
Maybe that was a new Techita strategy. Just like if you hook onto the back and go together, you can't pass both of us.
And that is how baby Formula E cars are born.
Yeah, that I remember that joke was made back when that thing was shown live as well.
And here we see the Formula E cars.
And here we see the CG cars in their natural habitat, right outside the swamp.
Move over, David Attenborough.
Yeah, but Places Europe was probably up there with the best. which was, I know that's probably a big example of the worst race of the season. I'm going to
Mexico.
throw it out there. Yeah, Mexico.
Mexico, yeah.
Like, I can't really remember. I was watching the highlights back before we did this, and I was like, yep, nothing really nothing happened.
Nope.
I literally remember nothing from this race apart from Rosenquist retired. And
Much to someone else's sadness again.
that's just, yeah, Mexico was a bit,
Yeah,
a bit Australia F1 like.
yeah. It just
Australia.
didn't deliver really.
And Monaco. And Abu
Yeah.
Dhabi. And
And
Russia.
Russia and Monaco,
Can we save the F1 talk for?
etc.
Let's save the F1 talk for next time.
Yeah, but I think that's a very nice segue there, because that's I believe we'll round up.
Yeah.
We'll be back, I believe, in around a week where we do a Belgian preview as F1 returns. But apart from that, if you've enjoyed, thanks for listening. If you have enjoyed it, like and subscribe to us. Follow us on Twitter at the F1 Agenda. Also check out the blog. Links will be in the description. Links to all of us will be in the description. And say goodbye, guys.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye. Frost is shit.